Hello, what is up guys? It's EvilDuoStorm here today, back with another Blade and Soul video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a way to pick up an 8-slot weapon very easily as a new player, or even a player who's been playing for a little bit. So real quick, before we begin, if you're new to the channel, new to Blade and Soul, or enjoying the videos, please consider subscribing as it does mean a lot to me. And without further ado, let's get into it. So if you look at your inventory, you're going to see that you have your weapon equipped, and you're going to have a certain number of open slots here. For example, I have 6 open slots. So why do you want an 8-slot weapon? What is the point of getting an 8-slot weapon? Well, it allows you to equip more gems, which overall increases your damage that your character does, or even increases your survivability depending on which gems you have socketed. So it's very critical to get as many gem socket slots open as possible. So when you first play through the story, the game is going to give you a level 3 Riftwalk or Dawnforged weapon that has a random number of slots unlocked. If you got 7 or 8 slots on that weapon, congratulations, you don't have to do this video, you can just keep plugging along. But if you got something like 3, 4, or 5 slots on that weapon, even 6 slots on that weapon, you're going to be at the mercy of RNG for the remainder of your gameplay. So what do I mean by that? Every time you upgrade your weapon in this game, so every time you go to the Manage Equipment menu, feed in all the materials to upgrade it to the next stage up, you have a random chance of getting one of those slots unlocked. So if you're already at 7 slots, you have a long time to get that last slot to unlock just upgrading as you play. So odds are pretty good that you're going to get it. But if you're struggling down around 3, 4, 5 slots, that means you have to get up to 5 more upgrades that will give you a slot unlocked, which is very unlikely with this upgrade system. So you're going to want to make sure you do this now rather than later, where you have to buy gem hammers that give you a lot of money or take up a lot of money from you, and basically a waste of resources that you could put into your character in other places. So how do we go ahead and get these gem slots? How do we get a new weapon that has these gem slots unlocked or has a chance at having these gem slots unlocked? What you're going to need are Naryu Silver. So if you don't know where to easily pick up Naryu Silver, this is the easiest place. So the location we're at is Celestial Basin. Celestial Basin on your map is located in Gunwon City. It's in the bottom right corner, Celestial Basin. Normally you can do some side quests around here to pick up some peaches to farm different materials like resource bags and whatnot, but you're just coming here to go ahead and pick up the various Naryu Silver that you can get. So around the area there will be 3 bosses like this dude, patrolling, just walking around and doing whatever they want. So what you got to do is go to each one of these little guys, or these big guys I guess, and kill them. After you kill the boss, you will see that he drops a bag. Inside of the bag is a Naryu Silver. The 3 locations of these bosses are along this path right here, where the boss is walking. You can see on my mini-map that I'm drawing, he walks between that little path. The next one is located right here, inside of the middle of the circle, right next to the Armorwek Temple. And the final one patrols diagonally around here in this area to the left of this little 4 circle right here, below that 1 marker right there. So those 3 bosses all give you a Naryu Silver each time you kill them. You can just do a lap and keep killing them to get Naryu Silver. So once you've picked up 5 of these Naryu Silver, what you're going to want to do is head over to Mushin's Tower. So if you've ever been to Mushin's Tower, it's over here on the map. Mushin's Hall it's called. Mushin's Tower, it's going to drop you in right here, and you're going to head over to the Exchange Merchant Jinsore. So if you click on Jinsore's inventory and look through it, you're going to want to go to the tab that says Legendary. And at the top of the Legendary list, you're going to see the Dawn Rift Weapon Selection Chest. There will be 2 weapons inside of this box. It is the Dawnforged Weapon Chest and the Riftwalk Weapon Chest. It gives you a Stage 3 weapon already right off the bat, so it skips a couple of upgrades in this series, which is pretty cool. And I get asked this question all of the time. Which one should I pick, Dawnforged or Riftwalk? So first of all, what is the difference between the 2? The Riftwalk weapon reduces the cooldown of one of your major skills. The Dawnforged weapon increases the damage of one of your major skills. And the honest answer as to which one's better or which one you should pick is entirely dependent on your class. The general rule of thumb is that Wardens, Warlocks, Earth Destroyers, and apparently Blade Dancers have to go with the Riftwalk weapon to get a higher DPS overall, whereas everybody else is fine going with the Dawnforged weapon. However, there really is minimal difference between the 2 as far as I notice. I mean, you're going to lose a couple thousand DPS here or there depending on which way you go. If you screw up, it's not the end of the world because your goal is to get up to a Ronsu 3 as fast as possible. And frankly, you can use this weapon, either one, whichever one you pick, to get to that weapon since it's entirely single player to get up to a Ronsu 3 at this point in the game. So don't fret if you pick the wrong one. Don't fret if somebody's harassing you in the game because at the end of the day, you're not going to be using that weapon for very long, maybe a couple weeks at most. So anyway, once you've decided which one you want to go with, talk to Jinsore and then head on over to the Exchange tab, the Legendary tab right here, and you'll see you have the Dawn Rift Selection Chest. So if I click on that and redeem it, it's going to pop in my inventory. If I hop back over to my inventory and open it, let's say I want to go for the Dawnforged weapon and hit confirm and open it. It's going to give me a Dawnforged weapon chest. Go ahead and open the weapon chest. And we get a Dawnforged weapon. So this weapon can roll anywhere from 3 to 8 slots. So what you're going to have to do is open a whole bunch of these. So I'm going to open like 6 or 7 more of them to show you that they have a wide spread, and maybe I'll hit an 8 slot so you can believe me in the video. But anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, so I opened up about 20 of these, and these were my different rolls. I got a whole bunch of 3, 4s, and 5s, and then I got 1 7. And frankly, a 7-slot weapon is more than enough to start off with. You will probably get that last gem slot as you're going along. So if you get a 7 or an 8, you're pretty much done. Now, obviously, I said I had to open up like 20 of these to get to that point. It's entirely RNG based, so you're going to have to open a lot of these, or maybe you'll get it on the first try. Who knows? Regardless, the fastest way to get those Naryu coins or those Naryu silver that you need to open these boxes is at Celestial Basin. So just go back and forth or farm up a whole bunch of them at Celestial Basin and then come here and get yourself your highly slotted weapon, either a 7 or 8 slot weapon. But anyway, guys, that is basically it for this video. Once you have this weapon, you're just going to upgrade it all the way on up until you get to the Aransu tier. So all these different items here can be farmed in solo player instances, which I'll put out in a separate video later. But anyway, you can just head all the way up to Aransu 3, which is basically your final target. So stick with this Riftwalker Dawnforged weapon all the way until you get there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like, check out some of the other videos on the channel, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, as it does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at the next video. Peace.